Hey, this is Paul Evans, your free online business coach. 0 offers, because everybody knows the game. This is Pat the Pistol. Last question of the day. He asked if I'd do a video sometime on how you create posts, maybe even a content calendar for social media that are fresh, relevant, engaging. A big part of what I do is through posting daily on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm looking at how to make bite-sized pieces of content that add value on a daily basis. Sometimes it's a text post, sometimes a graphic, sometimes a live video, but I want all of this posting to eventually build, I want to eventually build all of it in the know, like, and trust factor with my audience and lead them to look at the services I have to offer. Thank you again for what you do. I mean, know, like, build, trust, however that saying goes. I can't even remember it. Know, like, and trust. I think that it may be, know, like, and trust. I guess that is the order. Sometimes I question the order of things. So, first of all, they get to know you by things that are personal. Okay, at the beginning of this video, I talked about going to the grocery store. Usually I don't. I need to do more of that because that's how people get to know you. They get to know you. Are they going to get to know about you, or are they simply going to know that you own a company? Take Dave Ramsey. He talks about his story all the time. We feel like we know Dave, so it makes a difference. Like is a little iffy. A lot of people don't like Dave, but they absolutely trust him. So I don't know. I like the know, like, and trust, but I think like could be a little more optional. Trust is critical. We don't buy stuff from people we don't trust. And even if we do, we feel like it's risky and we feel like we got taken advantage of. So how do you do that? Here's how I would do it. I'm always trying to put the disclaimer in there because somebody will come back and say, Paul Evans told me to do X and it didn't work. Number 1. Follow at least the top 25, I'd say the top 100 in your arena. The top 100. 25 minimum. What are their top posts about? Get you a spreadsheet, something like that. What are their top posts about? If you look over the last 6 months, what got the most views, what got the most interaction? Now then, based on that, what was the design there? What was the content piece? What was the concept? Was it something that was controversial? Or was it something that was universal? Controversial, oh man, we shouldn't talk about that. Universal, yes, that's exactly how I feel. Sometimes those are combined. So think about those elements. And then as you're looking at that, what was relevant? What struck an emotional chord? And so what did the market like? That's basically what you're discovering. But notice how much of it's emotional rather than just content. Let me go back to Ramsey again for an example. Hate to overblow it. But Ramsey's emotional. He doesn't just go, hey, I'm going to share with you baby steps. You got to have at least 6 months in an emergency fund. And that's critical, and here are the logical reasons why. Somebody calls in, they go, hey, Dave, I'm thinking about buying a brand new car. Where's your emergency fund? I don't have an emergency fund. He doesn't go, well, logically, you should have one. He goes, you don't have an emergency fund and you're wanting to buy a car, and much less a brand new car? What kind of idiot are you? You may not like that, but it's emotional. So as you're tracking your top 100, find out what's emotional with them and then start to not steal it. Don't steal, the thing, the post, steal the energy. Take the energy. What made this come across this way? And everybody who's listening, y'all can all do this in your market. It's not just for Pat the Pistol. Calendar. Daily post. You could do daily post and just set it and forget it. But I like what you're saying about having the content plan. If I'm doing a content plan, I like to have themes. Do you need 52? Maybe. Maybe you need a 90-day theme. Maybe you need a monthly theme. But I would take a theme that everything keeps pointing back to. Here's why I like a framework and why I did the framework series. Is that if you got a 12 block, then each month could be one of the themes. Or each week could be a theme. And you roll through it once a quarter. Just an idea. All right. So I love it. Being framework-based, I think that works. Pat, appreciate you, man, sending the question. Any of you got questions? Just email me, freeonlinecoachingclub@gmail.com. Now as we close out, I'm going to give you a closing secret. I should have mentioned it at the very beginning to hook you in, but I didn't do that. Failed as a marketer. Once again, getting stuff for free with no tricks. It doesn't make any sense. Zero offers because everybody knows the game. Closing secret. Here's what you hear often. Ask the crowd what they want and give it to them. Ask the crowd what they want and give it to them. You hear that advice all the time. It sounds smart. It sounds right. And it is right for people who only want to make money. And you're like, well, I only want to make money. I don't think so. I don't think that's true. I think that the majority of people are not money first based. I don't think they're profit first. There's a book called People First. Think that's right? It could be profit first. I may be wrong. But most people are not profit first. Most people are people first. Most people would rather have the impact first and then also get rich. Most people would not want to get rich, believe it or not. You're going to deny it. You're going to tell me I'm a liar. But most people would not want to get rich at the expense of people. Most people wouldn't. Some people just go, I just want to be rich. I don't care if I hurt somebody. Most people aren't like that. But if you're just going to go out and find out what the market needs and supply it, you're profit first, and you're probably not going to make as much money that way. Now then, here's the way you do it. Possibly. Here's the way you do it. The way that you do it is that you are the market. And this is the type of advice that people tell you is wrong. You're the market. You're the market. Now, you can't just go out and sell what you want. That doesn't work. But you can go out and sell what bothers you, where a gap that you've solved, a problem that you've solved for yourself, and then go and share it with like-minded people. So my whole life I've been a communicator, but I wasn't good. I mean, even now I still read stuff and try to work on it. Why? Because I hate boring speaking. I hate dull keynotes. I hate somebody to get up and share for an hour and I don't know what they were talking about and it was dumb and it went in circles and it wasn't relevant and there was no structure and their points were bad and they said a lot and yet at the same time they said nothing. So first of all, I was like, I don't want to be like that. So I solved the problem for me. And then as I went out and spoke, the way it happened for me is people came up and said, hey, would you teach me to speak? Can you do that? You have a formula. I don't have a formula. I'm going to get a formula. So what did I do? I built a framework. That's right. So I knew that other people had this same gap. Other people hated boring speakers, and I found out that nobody wanted to actually be a boring speaker. Can you believe this? I've not met one speaker one time that said, you know what my goal is? I just love to be dull. Could I just be boring? No. Why? Because boring's already wrapped up. I mean, that's 98% of them. Boring's taken. They want to be good. They want to be interesting. They want to be fascinating. They want to be connected. So I solved that gap for me first. Then I took it to the marketplace. So if impact's your main driver, then take something that you're sick about, solve it for yourself first, and then take it to the market and solve it for everybody else. Now then, if you got a problem you hate, solve it for yourself, and there may not be a market for it. But if you've got a problem that you're like, man, this problem stinks, I'm going to go out there and find the answer. Man, I don't like any of these answers. It seems like all these folks out here are buying this product, and the product's stinky. I'm going to solve it for me. I'm going to solve it for you. That's the way you do it. That's a big secret. It's a big secret. Hey, appreciate you coming out today. Remember, zero offers, because everybody knows the game.